This is day 2, and in day 2, we are covering unreasonable hospitality. Romans 12:13 says, contribute to the needs of the saints and seek to show hospitality. In the summer of 2022, my wife and I purchased our first home. There were some things that weren't perfect about it, but it was our home. Later on that year, my sister-in-law decided that she wanted to bring her family out for Christmas time. Now, anybody that knows when you're hosting people during a holiday season, you want to make sure everything is perfect. The biggest thing for us was figuring out what around our house we could change or enhance to make sure that the people that were coming to spend the holidays with us will have an amazing experience. One of the areas that was very important for me to ensure that they had an amazing experience was our backyard. Our family was coming from a place in which during the wintertime it is snowing, and one of the benefits for living here in Arizona is that we have great weather during that time. Unbeknownst to us, the decision to host, as inconvenient and as expensive as it was, really started us on our road to unreasonable hospitality. Throughout the Bible, hospitality is a recurring theme, one that shows us God's character and his call for us to love one another deeply. In Romans, Paul challenges us to go beyond our comfort zones and welcome others into our lives. In a world where we often prioritize convenience and privacy, hospitality can seem daunting. And even though hospitality can seem daunting, remember, hospitality doesn't require grand gestures. It can be as simple as offering a listening ear to a neighbor, sharing a meal with someone, or even greeting someone with a smile. When we open our lives to others, we reflect God's love, becoming vessels of his grace in a broken world. Let's put my home story to the side. We've all been at a traffic light in which we've identified a person that was there in need. And if you're like me, and hopefully you're not, I actually fumbled through my center console looking for cash that I know isn't there. Maybe being intentional and going to the ATM beforehand and putting cash in that center console will allow me to display a level of unreasonable hospitality, knowing that I will have that encounter again. This reminds me of a verse in Hebrews chapter 13, verse 2. It says, do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it. We may never know the small impact that we have, but God sees all that we do and uses it for his glory. So let me ask you, are you willing to open your hearts and lives to others, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable? And how can you practice unreasonable hospitality today?